Before we get started on this episode of Real Nerds Podcast, remember you can connect to the Real Nerds in many ways. You can follow us on Twitter at Real Nerds. You can go to our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can like us on Facebook. You can also call us 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic Con. Log on to denvercomiccon.com to purchase your tickets. The Real Nerds will be there all 3 days, so get your tickets soon because it will sell out.
Yeah.
I think all 3-day tickets are sold out.
Probably. I think they were months ago.
Yeah, but you can get individual days, and you can buy all 3 days at once, just like the package deal.
Yeah.
Is no more. I think there's something new I was going to mention about Denver Comic Con. Let me get into my press release stuff.
Carrie Fisher's not showing up.
That's right. That was the one. Carrie Fisher will not be there because she is shooting Star Wars Episode 8.
Good reason.
Yeah, that's a great reason.
I'm okay with that. I want to see that movie.
Me too.
I want her to be in it.
I want her to be in it too. And I want someone to say, "You are part of a rebel alliance." That'd be awesome. Actually, I have a cool Star Wars story. So yesterday, Laura's been in Vegas for 3 days, and I've tried to keep Kellen busy because I don't want him to realize that Mommy's not around, which he does at 3 in the morning. So I worked, and after I got done with work, I said, well, I'll go to Park Meadows because they have a Disney store there, and he loves Goofy, and he already has a Donald and a Mickey stuffed animal. Let's get him a Goofy one. And then while we're at Park Meadows, I'll go to Chuck E. Cheese, just keep him busy. So I went there, and they have all the Star Wars stuff, and I've always wanted the Rey action figure there, the die-cast one. That's really hard to find.
I have it.
I know, and I found one yesterday, so she's on my bookshelf. I was like, yes!
Oh, it's so cool!
So, But for Father's Day, Laura,
her backpack does not stay long.
It does not.
It's so terrible.
For Father's Day, I want you to go to the Disney store. They have a Spectacular Spider-Man exclusive figure there. Thanks.
Oh.
She loves me, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, because you need another action figure like you need a hole in your head.
She's being so tough in front of guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate her being in Vegas. And I was like, Laura, can you please pick me up a Rod Stewart shirt while you're in Vegas? He's playing at the Coliseum. He has his own store there. If I have time. And she not only did not get it for me, she's like, if I have time. She just got done telling me that she spent 6 hours next to the pool. And I will also add an asterisk to this story. When I went to Vegas, I went out of my way to find a microbrew for her to get her special fucking mug.
Wait, when
I was in that? 2 years ago when I went with my dad.
Oh, okay, so you were already married. It wasn't this is my chance.
This is my chance. No. I went on to Yelp. I
took my phone out of my pocket.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, is me and my father were staying at the end of the strip. This Sin City Brewery was all the way on the other end, in the Flamingo, underground. I had to take
There were stairs involved.
Yeah, you think I was like, oh, it's across the street.
Elevator wasn't working.
It took planning. This
conversation is going to be so awkward when, a week from now, that shirt shows up in the mail.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They were out of your size, honey. So
you obviously don't know my wife.
Rod Stewart said, it was going to take him a while to draw the unique
They're
signature
all sold out.
So
she didn't even lie to me. She's like, no, I didn't get it. I don't care for you enough.
Yeah.
Well, I go out of my way to get her stuff. Yeah.
We come up with an excuse. Oh, the guy who sells shirts was sick that day.
Yeah.
I was drunk by the pool.
Rod Stewart was sick,
she's
so
like,
they weren't selling
we went all
shirts.
over the strip. Oh, we didn't go to Caesar's Palace. She went to a casino right next door.
Did it?
She did.
But
rode the roller coaster.
It wasn't her party, right?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't, because while everybody else went out walking and gambling, she stayed behind and sat by the pool with Sierra. So she actually,
that sounds like a nice vacation.
Yeah, but she also obviously didn't care about her friend's bachelorette party because she didn't want to go hang out with her. She's like,
that's true.
I'm staying by the pool.
Oh, so it was the three of you hanging out by the pool, and then other people went gambling?
Wait,
Yeah.
this story keps on changing.
Well,
so what did you do when you were in Vegas, Laura?
Well,
what would you say you did?
Sierra and I never left the hotel on
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
That's fair.
But Shauna left and then came back.
Yeah.
And then sat by
Again, remember, guys, I went out. Let me give you a little relationship advice.
You're a great guy. We get it.
No, you will do 195% to make your wife, your girlfriend happy. She'll do like 5%.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Let me also tell you a story about when I picked her up from the airport today. So
this week on Divorce Cast.
So I go to pick her up from the airport, and she's calling Kellen, and it's really cute. Kellen runs over to her. She's like, "I miss you, Kellen." And she just like starts walking away. Doesn't say hi to me. Doesn't say she loves me.
Thanks for bringing the important one, hon.
Yeah. And then we get home, and Reggie comes around and she's like, "Reggie, hi, Reggie, hi." Nothing. See, it's funny, but on the inside, I die a little every time. and then you want to know why I have to go to Sin City Microbrewery to pick her up a cup? Just so I can get some affection from her? That's why.
Wow.
Why she will just sit by a pool and not even think about me. That's what it's like being married, guys. You give, and you give. And
you have the hardest life, man.
There's a little more.
It's just the hardest life.
Thank you, James. I know.
You're welcome. I wish
I could watch one of my 1,100 Blu-rays.
Tell me more about the Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, Dale, Jeannie, no grandkids. No, whatsoever.
Wow.
The Chuck E. Cheese was fun. Dude, but
do they still have the animatronic robot dudes?
Yeah. They're weird though because they made
it's 2016 and they still have animatronic robots.
But they made like Chucky, like this rat, like a real looking rat.
Oh,
like,
he's not a mouse anymore.
Yeah,
he's a rat.
He's like a rat. It looks weird. He does not like.
Is he like Splinter from those turtle things?
No, like Splinter looks like at least he's like an old wise master.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese looks like a demented fucking rat now. That like his cartoonness is all gone. And they gave him like t-shirt and shorts to like hippify him, but all it did was creep me out.
Skateboarding rat?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not it.
No, but like they changed his face, so you should look it up. He doesn't look like a cute like Disney character anymore. He looks like they try to make him look more like an animal, and it just doesn't look quite right anymore.
Does he look like Ratatouille?
No, because even like Ratatouille looks like a rat because he has like the body of a rat. Picture the face of a rat with like a man's body or like a little kid's body, like a boy's body, I guess. Yeah, weird. Look right there.
Weird. Like this one where he's like. Yeah, he's got like he's more of a DreamWorks character.
Yeah.
Whereas the old Chuck E. Cheese looked like he belonged on a box of cereal.
Exactly.
Like the
look
modern
at him right
one.
there. Like he's like, hey, I'm wearing a hat. I'm a cute character.
Hey, I got a hat. I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Whereas here he's
look at that one. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like a B movie character, like from the B movie, not from a B movie, but from the B. The DreamWorks thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we That's our visual podcast for the day.
That's so
all audio.
Here he is hanging out with Silent Bob.
Snooch
it's
to the
not,
nooch.
It's not really Silent Bob. It's just a dude in a bathrobe at the Chuck E. Cheese, which is the most awkward thing to wear to a Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm like, what's Kevin Smith doing at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. What? Well, you can't put on real pants to go to the Chuck E. Cheese?
It's like skateboarding was in during Jackass. So they made like a skateboard.
Exactly.
Now that like
all the kids love this skateboarding.
And now it's like rockers are in style. He's like a t-shirt and jeans rock kid.
It's that episode of The Simpsons that I don't know enough about to actually reference, where they
Gucci?
make that. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
That's a great episode of The
I
Simpsons.
have to go now. My planet needs me.
Do you have the one from 1977 on your screen there?
Oh, I closed it.
He's like a carnival barker. Let
me see.
Okay.
Let's move it along.
So
me
podcast.
Let me just say, if you type in 1977 Chuck E. Cheese is the first thing Google brings up.
Wow.
I know. Anyway,
Star
go
Wars.
ahead. Oh shit! That's a homeless man. Oh no!
So you like Chuck E. Cheese, do ya?
This is one of his eyes is half closed, like he's done too much heroin. Oh, this
he had
is
a stroke.
awful.
That's why he's in that.
Peter, games, fun. Come on down.
Oh boy.
Ah!
There's a Microsoft Paint one where like 94 Chuck E. Cheese is stabbing the new one. It says there can only be one.
There's
this is terrible.
Yeah, this is a great podcast. But you should go to dorkly.com and type in the Mario Paint song And so it's Mario, and with Mario Paint, you could like compose your own songs. And as it's going, it's a Nickelback song, and the guy doing the voiceover for Mario's like, "Oh no, I am stuck listening to fucking Nickelback. Help me!" And it keeps going. It's really funny. One of our favorite movie festivals is the Telluride Horror Film Festival, and 3-day passes have gone on sale today.
Cool.
So log on to TellurideHorrorshow.com to buy your passes. It's a fun little, what do you call it? Film festival. There we go. We do a movie podcast. But yeah, and one of the coolest things they did that we've been to it twice is I love the pig roast, the opening day pig roast.
Yeah, it's great.
Get to mingle with filmmakers like Academy Award winner Phil Tippett.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to that interview, it is on realnerdspodcast.com. Just type in Telluride Horror Show, and it will take you to it. We do interview famous people. We interviewed Tony Todd this one time, and it's a really great interview. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Oh, you haven't?
I was there, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard it, it's great. Maybe one day we'll put it up. I don't know.
We will.
Fucking Christ. Anyways, our favorite movie theater is the Alamo Drafthouse. This is what's playing at the Alamo Drafthouse. Happy May, by the way.
Oh, hey, it's Sam from Dogfish Head Brewery, playing some Bad Cats, but here to talk to you about the Bad Cats at Alamo Drafthouse. We love Alamo, and Alamo loves us. In fact, all month long, they'll be featuring Dogfish Head beers at their locations. Bad Cats.
What's so special about May?
It's just the first day of May, asshole.
You didn't wish anyone a happy April when we did this.
Yeah, because April's shit. Look how it's been in April.
It's May now.
Yeah, and it cleared up immediately.
Wow.
It's cleared up.
It's May now.
On the 3rd of May, Nacho Libre is going to be playing for Food and Film with pairings from Ska Brewery, my wife's favorite brewery.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that one from Fort Collins? I don't know. She likes their IPA.
Idea. I don't know.
I know my wife's a drunk. KS 101.1.
Wow.
Spectacular Brunchtacular. This is a new one. It has 15 film series with themed brunch and shopping. Oh, man.
Shopping.
The first one is The Sound of Music on the 8th. And get your tickets for the 22nd is Casablanca.
Oh, shit. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
For brunch.
For the 15th?
The 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Video Vortex is The Night Ripper on the 11th.
Cool.
Right on. As I scroll through my press release. Dum, dum, dum. Purple Rain's playing tomorrow, if you're interested. Purple Rain. And that is it for their specialties for the next week. So
They don't have a Street Fighter on the 20th?
Yeah, I was going to announce it when it's closer. And no one wants to see that shitty movie anyways, Brad.
And they're...
You're going to be the only one there.
That's fine. Finally, I'll be in a theater by myself.
You won't be.
I've tried for years to do what you magically can do.
I know, dude. Isn't that great?
Did you, because you were going to go to a showing today that was sold out, did you then go get tickets to a showing that you were the only person in?
No.
Because that would be great.
I know, I usually go to the AMC Bowls because it's nearby, and I like the recliner seats if I can't go to this, Alamo Drafthouse.
Right.
And so I had to go to Denver West. The theater was like half full. I'm like, what? Do I not know something about Keanu on Sunday? Because I read the box office returns. It's not that great. But maybe they messed up. So log on to alamodrafthouse.com/Denver to see all their special events coming up this month. If it's on there and you want to go, make sure you buy tickets immediately because they do sell out. I've always wanted to see an Army of Darkness there, but they sell out in like 2 days. And I'm always like, how the hell did I miss Army of Darkness there? I'm going to blame Steve for not emailing me personally. Just kidding, Steve. So every week we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week we saw Keanu. Is Keanu Reeves in it? Maybe. Stay tuned to the review where we'll talk about it. Brad didn't see it because Brad, instead of, we're going to do real news first, but our real news is going to be talking about your film in a festival. Real news.
In other news, the Prime Minister of Sweden visited Washington today, and my tiny little nipples went to France.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
It's the ghost of Stonewall Jackson.
Everyone, it's the ghost of Stonewall Jackson! I like-a do da cha-cha. I'm sorry, we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Brad, tell us about your experience at the Something Film Festival.
How do you follow my life so closely?
I forget the name of it.
Paonia. It's a mountain town in Colorado, out west there, past. It's near Redstone and whatnot. A little past that. Yeah, we showed Catastrophe on Friday night in a mix of 20 other films. They had them separated out into different categories. There's 2 films for 2 films for documentary, 2 films for science fiction, recreation, comedy, art. I forget what the other category was. So anyway, a lot of the, and then so the Friday had a lot of submissions from people from Paonia, and then Saturday had most of the stuff that they curated from places like the Emerging Filmmakers Project. And yeah, it was good. There's one on Saturday night that it's called Twinsburg, and it's an idea that I wish I'd done. It was about this town where everyone who lives in it is twins, and then the 2 main characters are twins, but one is kind of lost interest in. They're having this carnival where they all celebrate their twinness, but the main character is the one super excited about it. The other one has kind of moved on and checked out, but he still comes to support his brother. And then as you go along, there's just these little gags, almost Wes Anderson-y type gags. The brother who's super excited about the thing is constantly riding this 2-seated bicycle, but he's alone on it. While, all the other twins in town are having a lot of fun. He gets these kind of Napoleon Dynamite style tux jackets to wear for both of them. And the other one, he doesn't have a mustache, but his brother does. And they're sitting in the mirror. He looks over. He's like, "So, do you think we want to shave off the mustaches?" And then his brother's like, "Why don't you just grow one for the thing?" Maybe we could do that instead. And they have a falling out, and then they realize that they need each other and whatnot. And so, it's just I don't know any twins, but we could fake that.
Yeah, it makes it more fun.
Yeah, but it's it's such a fun idea of just these, in a town where everyone else celebrates their twinness. There's these 2 characters that kind of don't like being twins.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you submit it, or was it picked?
Patrick Sheridan from Richmond grabbed a bunch of
We have an interview with him.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Grabbed a bunch of films that he thought would be good submissions for it. So.
Oh, very cool.
And they chose. Yeah, so they didn't just pick everything he sent, but they picked ours. So. And
because it's an award-winning short.
It is, and it was part of the comedy block on Friday. So they only gave awards to films that were Paonia films, I guess, or to films that they had people submitted that weren't through other people, which is fair.
But hey, you've already got accolades for Catastrophe, so it's good.
It's fun. Spending time in a quiet mountain town, and watching other people's stuff and seeing what
cool.
And it was really a good lineup. There's some the recreation films were from. There's one where they're in Mexico, I think, and it's these guys in kayaks going just these narrow rocky rivers. They're not even full of water. It's just, and then they go over waterfalls, and the camera's pointed down as they go down the waterfall, and then they during the credits they cut out, and there's just this rope that goes across the land, and the guys are strapped on by the head, their helmets are attached to the line, and they're sitting there with their cameras floating over this ledge, and it's just crazy. And they have drones following them through the river as they go, so someone's remote control, and then there's this BMX one where this guy, you're watching him ride the bike through the desert, and all of a sudden this one guy stops at this mesa ledge, and his friend just goes right off of it. And then they cut to him pulling his chute out, and oh my god, I should quit making films because I could never be that extreme about trying to film anything.
That's not your thing, Brad.
Yeah, people in a room. Maybe if I had more practice, but these are young people doing this stuff, and those kayak guys. Earlier on in the video, they're talking about how they kind of just we just run through cameras because a lot of them get waterlogged and damaged, but whatever, we'll get a new one. I'm I may never own a cinema camera at this point. That's only $3 or $4 grand.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's get another one. Whatever.
Funny. Man.
Yeah, and then there's like this one film, the lady who actually helped select Catastrophe, she had her own film in the comedy block where she just got these kids together, and the kids wrote their own script about how, like, they're just bored in this town, and they all have very weird characters. Like, one kid's just Russian.
Nice.
And then they try to, what was it? Oh, they're trying to raise funds for a rec center, so they have stuff to do. And then the process of getting the rec center, like, the mayor disapproves it, so they don't get it. But the friendships that they form trying to raise the money is the release of the boredom. You know, they weren't bored anymore. Now they have each other. But the kids, like, made it up, and she just kind of filmed it. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Keep up the good work. James, what's with Hollywood? Fuck 'em.
Whoa.
I love Hollywood. Hollywood, come back.
I got to ride in a limo for like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, they're having this party at this bike shop, and then you go out the back, and then the limo would come through the alley. And, like, this is a Main Street type town, so it's very, it goes through the alley, then it came down Main Street, let everyone out at the theater, and then cycled back around behind the bike shop again. More people. Yeah, and they had, like, just people pretending to be reporters on the red carpet interviewing them.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the paparazzi, obviously.
Yeah.
I saw you on TMZ.
What?
Yeah. Pushing that dude down in that small mountain town. That's bro.
He was in my way.
Oh, man.
Watch what happens when filmmaker Bradley Haig gets confronted by a TMZ reporter.
Get out of my way.
Ouch. What else?
This is going to look good.
I've never seen TMZ. I'm guessing that's what they do.
Filmmaker Bradley Haig had a catastrophe of his own.
Shut off his mic.
It's never actually.
File it.
No, I'm sticking with that loud and proud.
Just a couple of quick things. So Netflix has decided that they're going to make a Punisher show.
Nice.
Duh. Because of course that
I'll be shocked.
right, exactly. Like after that second season of Daredevil, no one didn't think they were going to go make a spin-off Punisher show. Somewhat similar vein, they're going to reboot Tomb Raider, which they got Alicia Vikander to do.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah,
She's a great actress.
I'm fine with that. Whatever.
You know she won an Academy Award for Ex Machina? That's
She
awesome.
did, yeah, and Man from U.N.C.L.E. She was the first woman
I
to
know.
win for two. She was the first Oscar given for two performances.
That's because
at the same time.
the performances were so different that they just had to give them to her.
Yeah.
I thought she got the Oscar for Danish Girl.
Whoa!
No, I don't know that.
I don't show you watched.
No one saw that movie. We don't know what you're
Yeah, we
talking
know what
about.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, unlike blockbuster hit Man from U.N.C.L.E. and its soon-to-be sequel, no one watched the Danish Girl.
They
Man
reviewed
from
the
Uncle?
more wishful thinking. I get it.
Man
It's a
Man
great
from
movie
U.N.C.L.E. is a
combo.
great title. I so want Man from U.N.C.L.E. I'm now just angrier. Anyway, also John Krasinski is going to be the new Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great cast. Like,
Yeah.
because he's a badass, but he's got that everyman feel.
That too, in 13 hours, he's like so ripped, it's
Oh,
scary.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can see how you put him in some normal clothes and you'll be like, oh, like, here's this normal dude who really works for the CIA, and if he gets into some kind of situation, like, man, that'll be
And then he just,
really
like,
tough for him. And then he just
pow.
rips off his shirt and he just starts just beating the
Blood
shit out of
shit.
people.
And then once the last guy's fallen, he just turns and smirks at the camera.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Oh, that
Stabs
would be
the guy.
so...
Or then he's like, tell me where the nukes are. Then he looks at the camera and shakes his head.
So why are they making another Jack Ryan movie? Like,
Because Jack Ryan's cool, man. Make some Jack Ryan movies.
They have tons of
Why is
them.
Chris Pine
Yeah.
out of the...
Because no one saw Shadow Recruit because they dumped it in February.
yeah, but like, why would you recast him if like the failure was that they put in a
Well,
bad
you don't
spot?
call it Jack Ryan, you call it some Tom Clancy novel.
Yeah. I don't know.
So like, oh,
Shadow
make this a
Assassin.
franchise,
Or
make
if you don't have
That sounds like a Tom Clancy novel.
the other reason is if you don't actually have a contract with Chris Pine and Chris Pine is more expensive now, then it's a better option to go recast it, especially if you're not going to keep, Kenneth Branagh directing or like even have it in the same vein. Like if you're starting a new story, then you might as well go get somebody who's cheaper and reboot it, because since not a lot of people saw that last movie.
Reboot though, because they tried to with Some of All Fears, and now.
But you have to look at it on a grand scale of they want a franchise. They don't want, hey, this movie's good. They want to make 4 or 5 of them and make a lot of money. And so if the last one wasn't strong enough,
it was an Amazon series.
Oh, it might be.
I think it is.
That's good too.
It makes more sense. I just feel like they've been, they want to make a franchise, but they've tried it the same way twice. Maybe.
Yeah. Ooh.
Try something different. Like, I don't think it's casting new people. I think it's maybe just better stories.
Yeah.
Because I felt Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit was clearly more about Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, totally. But most things Kenneth Branagh's in are really about Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, it's a TV series.
Oh, okay,
on
that's
Amazon.
good too. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Anyway.
From a guy from 24, Carlton Cuse.
Oh, cool.
So, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also a lot of buzz about the fact that everyone hates the Ghostbusters trailer, and it's really dumb.
I read. Did you read the article from the Cinema Retailer or Cinema Expo?
I've read 3 different articles about it, so I don't remember which ones they
this
were.
one, they're saying that nobody, like theater owners, were disappointed in that movie big time.
The problem is that the statistics on the actual YouTube trailer are so damning that I don't believe them. So I don't think the trailer's not good, right? Like there's stuff about that trailer where I'm like, okay, like there's this extra fat at the end that's not very good. And
Well,
like it's just not
Melissa McCarthy. Like
I know.
that.
No, I mean like it's not a well cut trailer. Like it's it's okay, but in the grand scheme of bad trailers, is it the worst? No. Do I look at that movie and go like, oh, okay, that might be fun? Like yes, I don't think that movie looks so terrible.
Like, cinema owners have seen it and they don't like it.
The movie itself?
Yeah.
My point is, I think that this is a lot of the internet doing the thing that they did to Batman Superman, and also being a lot of sexist assholes in the wake of Gamergate over the last 2 years. Like, it just screams people deliberately trying to smear this movie. And look, it might be bad, but I just don't believe this shit. Like, I think it's people being complete assholes, having no actual like.
I'm sure
the half a million people that have not liked it haven't seen the movie. Like,
well, there's probably some dude on there just keeps on hitting not like.
Oh yeah, right. Like it's that kind of stuff. Yeah, and it absolutely comes out of the stuff that from the go when they announce like, hey, we're gonna make this movie, but it's gonna be all women.
Yeah.
And you just got so much bullshit on the internet.
Yeah, and I think Brad's right. They're way too protective of a movie series that had one great movie and one movie that's meh.
And it's not the best comedy of all time. It's good. It's really good. But like it's not like the only funny movie that ever existed, and if they make this movie, we're gonna go break every Blu-ray of the original Ghostbusters. Like, what is your problem? Like, I just don't understand it.
It's weird.
It didn't really register as a comedy to me growing up. It was more like an action adventure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway.
So is anybody else's feed just getting like stuffed with an all new like watch this new scene from Captain America? Like, fuck this.
No.
There was a commercial, like, I think, in my hotel room. I was just like, stop it.
I know.
It's like a week away. I watched the movie.
I do like the new like Spider-Man bit though, where he stops a Winter Soldier from punching. He's like, dude, you got a metal arm? Awesome. Makes me so happy.
Oh, it's so much snark.
Yeah, it makes me so excited.
It's good. I'm excited.
I know. Next week.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome.
We're getting there.
I love Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Did you read that letter that Ryan Reynolds penned for that boy who died? Who's a Deadpool fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking,
That was
but
sad.
like really heartfelt. Good job, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. It was good.
Cool.
Anyway, that's
we
it.
also talk about movies we watched this week. This is what we watched this week.
Oh, we got movie side!
This is my boomstick.
I love being a turtle!
You're getting your wishes, so sit down. Great Scott! The line must be drawn here.
Damn you all to hell!
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Now you're getting nasty.
I was petting something. I don't know what I was petting there. Nothing. I guess I'm petting the graphic that comes on the TV screen that nobody can see.
Audio show.
Yes.
Audio show.
Fuck.
He's petting the sound wave.
5 years, man. 5 years.
Oh, almost 6.
I still got to teach it.
In fact, I got a thing on my Facebook that talked about us going to see the Twilight movie 5 years ago. I was like, man.
We're coming up on 300. We should start thinking of like something special to do.
We should.
300th episode.
Oh man, I'm gonna get fit and I'm gonna tear my shirt off and run around in my Spartan outfit and kick people.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do for 300.
There's other people around us.
Yeah.
Kick back in the face.
Like, why is this weird drug-addled, used like kind of fat but like drew some abs on his chest guy running around shirtless?
Seth Rogen from
Sharpie.
Neighbors 2.
Yeah. Just kicking dude. He just keeps kicking in the shins. It's not a cool kick. He can't lift his leg high enough to do any damage. It's just annoying.
This week I saw Tobe Hooper's third film for the first time called Eaten Alive.
His third film for the first time?
Yeah. In it, it stars Robert Englund, and he plays a guy named Buck. And the first line in the whole movie is, "My name's Buck, and I'm raring to fuck." So
I was just gonna make that joke.
So if you can, Zach, you know the movie that paid homage to that, right?
Kill Bill Volume 1.
There you go. So yeah, in it, Robert Englund actually isn't the star. I forget the name of the star. He's this guy who runs this rundown hotel, and in it he has a crocodile, and he murders people and feeds them to the crocodile. And so it's a really like zany film, and
a lot of backwoods type of.
Yeah, I mean it has a vibe of Texas Chainsaw to it. It's actually a lot more gory than Chainsaw, but it's kind of campy in a way where Chainsaw and Chainsaw 2 are as well. But it was really interesting watching it. Like there's a part literally where he like Robert Englund falls into the crocodile's pen, and this animatronic puppet crocodile is eating him, and it looks so fake, but in a way it's like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's a killer croc that gets fed people. And I if you get the Arrow release, it's really good. There's about 3 hours of bonus features on it. There's a whole second Blu-ray. And Tobe Hooper was talking that he was clashing with the producers on the tone of the film, and he seemed to run into that a lot throughout his career. I mean, because Spielberg took over Poltergeist and stuff.
Maybe he's kind of an asshole.
I probably.
Yeah, maybe it's Tobe Hooper.
I'm definitely sensing like there's one constant in it, and it's Tobe Hooper.
Yeah.
But I guess his cinematographer filmed a lot of it, and that's why the film is kind of uneven. And it's a total exploitation film too, because there's just random naked women. Like they just walk around without their tops on. There's one lady who just walks in, takes off her top, and she hears this little girl whose parents were murdered is hiding underneath the hotel, and she's screaming, and the lady's literally in frame, just moving back and forth, so her boobs are just going back and forth. Like this is like the most gratuitous nude scene I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool movie if you like, you know, blood and guts and zany Texas people. And it's based on a real story. I guess there was a guy in Texas in the 30s who murdered his wives, and he had alligators in his back of his bar. They don't know if he fed them to him, but he did murder his wives. Like he took one wife out to a beach and shot her in the back of the head. And then he had his man helper bury her. And then when he was dating like 3 women at this bar that he owned, and each one of them started showing up missing. And yeah, it's a really interesting story. And they have that on the Blu-ray. It's like a documentary about the serial killer, what they based the movie on. It's kind of fascinating.
I think you meant accomplice, which is really funny since you're an officer now. Like you can find the term.
Accomplice isn't a real term.
Huh?
Accomplice isn't a real term.
But manservant is.
Manserve is. Speaking of manservant,
can I help you murder someone? Like accomplice isn't the word you use.
No.
Oh.
But I've watched so many cop shows.
Yeah, you're not right. You're an accessory to a crime.
Accessory, okay.
Yeah. All right. Because you can't. I'm not getting into it. Anyways, so speaking of manservants, I also watched Batman and Robin again. Alfred's in it a lot. And yeah, here's a problem with this movie.
If you say Alicia Silverstone is fat,
no. Okay,
nothing
to do with that. It doesn't help, but but the movie is, when I'm watching this film, it's like Batman Forever was the most successful, I believe, of the first three, right?
Second successful because
the first one was better. I think they got confused on what they were going to do, because the Forever was super campy, and they took that and turned it up to like the 10th degree in Batman and Robin, because there's parts that just make absolutely no sense at all.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
Yeah. So Mr. Freeze is in it. It's played by Schwarzenegger, and all his lines are just basic puns. And that's all he says in it. I mean, why is he even talking like this? Because they even have great moments, because one of the greatest Batman animated cartoons ever is Heart of Ice.
Yeah.
And they incorporate some of that into this film. And if they would have just adapted that and made it straight, it would have been awesome. Because here's the thing. I think Clooney is way better than Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Because, he's a better actor. And two, he's interested in it, even though he afterwards he's like, I don't see that movie. It's a piece of shit.
And you learn in this movie how he's able to afford all of his exorbitant spending.
Yeah.
Because he has a credit card that he can put it on.
That says Batman Forever on it. But no, the movie's a mess. So in it, Mr. Freeze is trying to get diamonds to power his suit so he can be the most powerful cryogenic. I don't know.
How does it run on diamonds?
I don't know, dude. Ask Joel Schumacher. But I mean, this is what I mean. So they hear that this Victor Freeze is down trying to steal a diamond from Gotham Museum, and this is the opening of the movie. So Batman and Robin show up, and the whole place is covered in ice. And the first thing Schwarzenegger says is, "Batman, Robin, you need to chill," and just keeps on saying like cold things. It's freezing in here. I hope you're not an ice guy. Stuff like that. And
when people talk during the movie.
Yeah, I don't like when people talk during the movie. But the thing is, like, some of the effects are really cool in this movie. The cinematography though is atrocious because it's so neon that have you seen it on Blu-ray, Brad?
Yeah.
It's super fuzzy and like it looks bad. Anyway, so they're fighting Freeze, and I don't know how they know this, but they get knocked down and they click their heels together and like ice skates come out. And that's what I mean. Like, it's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense at all. Even I've been watching the Batman 66. Even the Batman 66 isn't this stupid. And then Chris O'Donnell's horrible as Robin. And actually, I think the worst person in this film, I don't care about Schwarzenegger because he was basically like, hey, you can say one-liners. Here's your one-liners. Is Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy is god-awful.
Doing the worst Mae West impression that you've ever seen.
Exactly, because what is her...
Come in, big boy.
Yeah, because what is her accent she's trying to do?
Is
it Mae West?
Yeah, it's Mae West. So she starts off, like, nerdy,
yeah,
like, timid, and then she just
like
full-blown...
Yeah.
And then she just full-blown into Mae West sex pot. Like,
come on, boys, let's go. Oh,
this is a one-woman show.
Yeah, and I started losing interest. I couldn't even count. I started counting how many times she like blew dust into someone's face. I got up to 7, and then I totally lost interest into it. But there, like I said, Clooney I think is actually pretty good in it. I think he's as Bruce Wayne. He has like great scenes with Alfred when he's. Because Alicia Silverstone has a line where she says, I'm trying to get Alfred out of this because all he was a servant all his life. And it like hurts him. And he has this great scene where Alfred is like dying on a bed. And he's like, you don't regret, anything you did. And they have this tender moment where he said, no, I raised you as a kid. And like, it's a great moment. And then it's cut into with Alicia Silverstone showing up as Batgirl with no training and kicking Poison Ivy into a Venus flytrap that she just came out of.
Curses!
Yeah, and she dies from it. Wait a minute. And I'm like, wait a minute, didn't she just come out of that to get Robin? What the fuck is going on in this movie? And then, so she kicks Poison Ivy into Venus flytrap. I guess she dies. I don't know. And then they say, oh, now we need to go.
She doesn't, because she shows up in the prison cell at the end.
Oh, that's right. And just
there's a prison in the Venus flytrap.
Yeah, something like that.
Duh.
So then
Come on,
we need to go stop Mr. Freeze. Sometime in between stopping Mr. Freeze, they all change into like silver Batman suits and a new Batmobile, and they all have like motorcycles. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
And that's when because the fourth,
toys.
Yeah, exactly.
The fourth one's where like the city is just made up of like giant statues.
Yeah,
and then they drive
weird.
all over like the tops of statues and shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
God, what a mess!
It is. It's a mess, and if. I really try to find redeeming things in this film, and I think Schumacher's still a good director. I think I think his vision is wrong for these movies, but I don't think how he shoots the movie or how it's paced. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's just the script is bad, and he's not really writing the script.
Did you say O'Donnell was okay in Forever?
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't bother me in Forever. He's terrible in this one because he's under the spell of poison ivy, and then him and Batman have this fake like tension, and Batman throws him into ice cream.
Is it possible?
And he's like, "You're just jealous that Ivy likes me more than you."
Is it possible that he's better in Forever because he's acting against bad Val Kilmer, and in this one he's acting against good George Clooney?
Because when I've watched them pretty close together, and here I'll give you an example. Here's Val Kilmer. It's a car. Chicks dig the car. Wow, cool. And then you have a scene where Clooney, I can't even act as well as him, is like crying with Alfred, and it's kind of cool seeing Batman vulnerable. But then he's, in the next scene, he's like, got my Batman credit card. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Yeah. There was a time when I was sad, but that was at least 30 seconds ago.
It's not, I don't think it's the worst comic book movie, but it's not great. And the last thing I watched is another comic book movie. I saw Time Cop for the first time in a really long time, and I actually think it's the second best Van Damme movie because I think it's
even that last half in the rainy house.
Yeah, who cares?
So boring.
Because I think it's anytime you deal with time travel, it's whatever. But I mean, to me, it's everything that Van Damme movies are. He splits like 3 times in them.
That's where he splits on the countertop.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally stupid, but like it doesn't serve a point, but it looks badass.
Well, you gotta electrocute that guy.
Yeah, but that guy shows up in like the next scene. And what does he say? He jumps up there. He's like, "Not today, motherfucker!" And he like gets shot out of there. It's awesome. And so in the movie, he plays a guy who is a cop who can jump times because they found a way to jump time. So bad guys are using it to make money, and he's policing it. So there's a part where he shows up during the stock market crash because his partner is playing the stock market. He was basically doing the Biff from Back to the Future.
Sure.
And so his job is to stop him. And his wife is murdered at the beginning of the film. And the funny thing,
he goes back in time and saves her?
He wasn't going to do it originally because he's like, you'd never mess with the past.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny watching Blu-ray, just like Friday the 13th. When I watch the Blu-ray of Friday the 13th, you can tell it's Pamela Voorhees like a couple times. And on DVD and like shit, you can't. And in Time Cop, you can totally tell that's like Joel Silver and is like up there. Like, oh, that's totally clear. Because for a movie that's compressed on Bloodsport, I think it actually looks pretty good. And it's produced by Sam Raimi, so it kind of has that manic tone to it.
Produced by Sam Raimi was Hard Target.
Yeah, he's a big producer. And he loved those movies. He really loves action, like B-grade action films. But in it, I think Van Damme's cool. I even at the beginning where that dude steals that lady's purse on rollerblades, and he just kicks his leg straight up.
Is he says, a donut salesman, or something? In the mall? What's his job in the mall before he becomes a time cop?
No, he's a cop.
So he's undercover?
No, he was just meeting his wife there, remember?
Didn't he try to sell someone donuts or something?
No.
I love that movie.
So he was a cookie. No, cookies, right? Nothing but cookies.
Nope.
Have
you seen Time Cop? Anyways, the dude on the rollerblade is like steal this lady's purse, and he runs into Van Damme, and Van Damme just like kicks his leg straight up, and he's like, "What does it say?" He says, "Wolverine." No, read closer. Don't fuck with me. Yes, now give her purse back. It's awesome. Yeah, it's a goofy movie, but it's still pretty fun. Like I like action movies like that because they really don't make them like that anymore. They're totally B grade. But the action star is really cool, and it's like super gory and just people ass kicking. I mean, there's a part where the electrocution part, he shows up and he has a knife fight with this one dude, and it's totally badass. And I don't know how they both know martial arts so well because I've never seen a fight like that in my life. But I want to see a fight like that in real life because it's badass. Yeah, so I had fun watching it. It's not as good as Death Warrant to me, but I mean, what is really?
So you didn't watch Bloodsport at all?
I didn't. I didn't.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I watched this week.
Sweet. Who's next?
Brad.
All right. Back to Peony. I forgot the one film that like really made me queasy in a good way because it was a music video where this girl has an injury on her leg and she's getting carried to. I think her parents are taking her to the hospital, and they get to the hospital and they pull the bandage off, and then all these moths fly out the the hole in her leg.
Ah.
Yeah, and like they're all crawling around, and it's like super diseased looking. And then the doctor decides to amputate it. And this is a music video, so it's like 3-4 minutes long of the song, and it's cut between this like old mountain man like walking between these aspens and whatnot. And the cool part is instead of showing there's a little bit of gore, but showing like directly the gore of like the amputation is like him chopping down like this tree. So like the tree trunk falling over is like her leg rolling off, so like the trunk will fall over, but then they'll show her foot twisting or something cut together. So it's like really like ugh, like that's a hard thing to do anymore.
Yeah,
it's like to get me to just kind of like squirm in my seat
right.
or something. So props to that. But yeah, in Hollywood stuff, I borrowed the Hulk or just Hulk from Ryan.
So that's Ang Lee's Hulk.
Ang Lee's Hulk, which I haven't seen since the theater.
Sure.
And it's not terrible, but it's definitely super boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time you're like, what's going on? Like, do something.
Yeah, the first pass I was watching it, and it's like really late at night, so I had the volume way down.
Mm-hmm. Did you fall asleep?
Yeah, I was constantly just fighting, falling asleep. And then the next day I was hanging shells, I had it back on, and I listened to commentary and stuff, and it was more interesting, but a lot of stuff is defending the CGI, and I don't know what it is about, because there's some shots that are like really good.
Oh yeah,
he's really convincing. But then there's other ones where he stands out like a sore thumb.
I think it's the green. I think it's the color green he is.
It must be.
The shading on it too. A little bit.
Because the thing is if you watch, did you watch all the special features? Is ILM worked their asses off on it.
That's what's so baffling about it.
Yeah, but I think it's the shade of green. I really do.
Is it maybe like when he's in a lot of light, like if he's out in the sun, he looks okay, and when he's not?
When he's in San Francisco, I think he looks horrible.
Okay.
Because they also try to add, like, he has, like, dirt and stuff on him. It just looks goofy.
There's parts when he transforms, like, from Eric Bana to the Hulk. They're, like, a little cartoony, but...
Sure.
It's weird when you watch special features. It looks like they're doing everything right for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I forgive movies from 2003 with that stuff.
Yeah.
But what I don't forgive is when, like, the green is wrong. Like, his pants always look like they're just like rubber.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
In special features, they even say, like, we tried to explain why his pants would shrink with him and whatnot, and they eventually just said, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, because you know, but I think it's actually shot really cool. I think, like, the comic panels and zooming in and out, I think looks really cool.
Yeah.
But they have to do that because the rest of the movie's fucking boring, so...
I feel like Scott Pilgrim did it better.
Oh, yeah,
Some of them are kind of like...
Well, because I think Scott Pilgrim has better energy. So it feels better. This one, it's such a plodding pace. You're
it's like
oh
one of those
God.
things where they like, okay, this would be a cool idea to do, but they just don't know how, like it's the first anyone's really doing it.
Yeah.
So it's more like an experiment than it is like it's something that comes across as a solid idea.
Well, and I think the difference between like Scott Pilgrim or even I'd go so far as to say Man from U.N.C.L.E., where they also do that, is it's really kinetic.
Yeah.
Like those panels keep moving and you know where you're supposed to be looking. Whereas with Hulk, it's really more like you're watching 3 screens at once. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're like, okay, which one am I actually supposed to be paying attention to? And so it's cool, like it's novel, but it's not necessarily the best version.
That's actually my favorite thing to play with 24 is when at the end when it cuts to all of them, like, what scene am I going to see?
Which one's it going to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's a terrible movie.
Yeah. And then it's just the thing with his dad at the end.
Yeah.
Kind of like
why did they put them together? You know what I mean? Like when they're because it doesn't make any sense at all.
They're just trying to capture,
especially if Thunderbolt Ross is so mad at Banner for what he's doing. Like, why would you put them together? It doesn't make any sense.
Why do you allow them to talk to each other?
And and I don't know if it's Banner's fault, but I think he's the most boring Bruce Banner ever. Like
I don't think he has much to work with.
Well, obviously, yeah, and like his motivation is weird, and I don't know. His dad murdered his mom. Like the whole backstory of his dad is stupid.
The pain of but yeah, he just doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, and because he's boring.
And then Jennifer Connelly just kind of for no reason other than like
why does she turn on him? Like remember she like sets him up and everything at the cabin. He gets shot by the government.
Does she set him up? Or
yeah.
I thought she was oblivious.
No, because remember she's like, it's okay. Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, but Jennifer Connelly though.
And then they shoot him with foam. What?
Oh yeah, and then that one guy, he's like,
and then the Hulk kills him.
I thought the gun he shoots the rocket launcher backwards on accident because he's an idiot, right?
Oh, maybe I thought the Hulk killed him though because
No, they had that CGI foam, so the Hulk's stuck in the
Oh, that's
corridor.
right. See, the
And
foam
he's
looks
like, I'm
wonderful,
gonna
too.
blast him, like, the one final nail in the coffin, like, with this rocket launcher, and the guy fires it backwards, and it bounces off the wall behind him, and then into himself, and he, like, blows towards the screen, and then it has the comic book paddle. Of, like,
That's right.
That can't actually be possible, right? Like, you would know because, like, the trigger's facing the wrong direction.
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Maybe it's malfunction, just shot the back
Yeah,
for no reason.
then the end where he gives all his Hulk power to his dad and he turns into like a jellyfish or something. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you, like, I didn't know the Hulk had the power to, like, give his power to the people.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
That's in 2003.
On the special features, Ang Lee's talking about how they wanted to update the science of the Hulk, so it wasn't just about, you know, gamma rays and he transforms, which also
But it is about gamma, like
Photoshop filter of him getting hit by the gamma rays.
Yeah.
Like, ugh,
Totally.
it does something better.
Oh yeah, there's something.
But yeah, you wanted to add the science of like nanorobots, so like the power of the gamma rays activates the nanorobots.
Yeah,
and,
that his father was injecting him with.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's overcomplicating something that didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Because we know what they found out with Avengers? All you have to do is have the Hulk kick ass.
Yeah.
And just have him being conflicted about being the Hulk.
He's big and angry and green. That's the deal.
I'm
and
always
also,
angry.
But Jennifer Connelly, though, just saying.
She's alright. She's not very good at that movie.
She's better than Liv Tyler.
I have to watch Incredible Hulk again.
If you could I'm not saying Liv Tyler's better, I'm just saying I'm fine with Jennifer Connelly in most things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could take Jennifer Connelly and put her into the Incredible Hulk would be...
Yeah, this week I'm going to watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I'll dive back into the Incredible Hulk. I haven't seen it in a while.
Liv Tyler does a really good job. She's fine. But she's not Jennifer Connelly.
I do know there's that sweet part where the Hulk kicks that one dude.
Oh, and those dogs, too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
weird.
It's
That's
weird.
terrible. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And then the last thing I saw is they had a vinyl marathon on HBO while I was in my hotel room. So there wasn't much to do. I watched most of the episodes. There was like, you know, an hour for lunch and an hour for dinner that I like missed, but I, you know, caught up with the next one, kind of pieced this up together. And that's a show. It's basically like music Mad Men. I don't know if has anyone.
Nope.
I know Olivia Wilde's in it, and she's beautiful.
I have Scorsese.
Well, he did the first episode. He's a producer,
Yeah.
and Mick Jagger's a producer. So it's just, you know, it's.
Is it HBO?
Huh?
Is it HBO?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like the requisite.
Yeah.
HBO show, but it's music instead of, you know, mobsters. Actually, there's mobsters in the show. But it's the same thing if we're like the main character guy, like, you know, does something to piss off his wife and they break up, and meanwhile he's trying to, like, he does so much cocaine. Bobby Cannavale, I swear every shot he's in, he's doing a bump. Like, I mean, not in the first
Wow,
episode,
how do you know
that's where
the
he kicks
lingo
it off,
so
but-
well?
Huh?
Brad, are you doing a bump of coke?
I watch movies.
I'm educated to buy drugs through movies.
Yeah, so as the show goes on, you learn about his past. Like, he and Olivia Wilde had partying days, and then they kind of sobered up, and now that he gets caught in a murder, so that's like the one more interesting thing than Mad Men, Ryan. You'll
Is
appreciate
it someone gets murdered?
Is
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde naked in the show?
Yes.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Way naked, actually, so.
Oh, score. Yeah. Hey, and she's also really cool. She's married to Jason Sudeikis, so she likes funny dudes.
Yeah.
So you got a
So,
shot.
James,
If you could ever learn to be funny.
no one will be more beautiful than my wife. See, there's 195%, guys.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure she's going to divorce you soon, so then you can...
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so is it good? Is it worth watching?
I was hooked. I mean, but it's, at the same time...
Wait, it's as good as Hook?
Nothing's as good as Hook.
Okay, good.
Nothing. No. I was engrossed. Like, I anxiously want to see where the next episode would go, but a lot of the story stuff that's happening I've seen before. You know, like the main character going off the wagon and...
Is there an episode where he goes to California and then just walks into the ocean?
That's the part.
No, wait, no, really?
Well, they went to LA first. Like, so the main thing is that they have this record label,
Spoilers,
right?
guys.
He and his buddies. Ray Romano is one of his guys who are in on this record company, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of going under because they don't have enough artists, or like the music's changing. They've been doing things one way, like signing reliable people, and they want to. I think his name is Richie
Fury.
What's his name?
Richie Fine.
Richie Fury.
No, not Richie Fury.
Anyway, Richie's the main character guy. And he's got, like, he's got like that. God damn. Mad Men main character John Hamm.
Don Draper.
Don Draper. He's got that like attuneness to like what is the next big thing.
Sure.
But he hasn't found it yet. So they're searching for the next big thing, and then the rest of the guys in the company are trying to sell to Polygram. And so there are these guys from Germany who are going to buy the company and flex it with cash, and then business as usual. But Richie wants to, sign the next wave of things. So eventually, like in his quest to find the next big thing, which is mostly the punk scene in New York, the up and coming thing, he sabotages the deal, fucks everyone out of money, and then he has to like resort to, he has some ties to them, like his family's tied to the mob a little bit, or at least his dad is.
Sure.
So he like resorts to making deals with them, it's all about like trying to keep the company afloat. And then one of the cool things is as certain scenes happen, they get someone who looks like famous artists like David Bowie or
Oh, your son is
So a bunch of
hilarious.
ashes.
Sorry. Oh, that's terrible.
Did
That
they
was.
shoot him?
Who knows?
Did you
I don't
shoot him in
know.
his face? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we should totally shoot him in his face. Oh, that'd be good.
Can you wait till after my segments then?
Does it really bother you that much? Just ignore him.
Yeah, it was cute. He just came running into the room with a belt like it was the coolest thing he'd ever found. Like, look what I got!
See, one day you'll be excited about a belt.
Yeah, smacked it with enough of them that day.
You did not bullshit. Move on.
It's true. Not kidding.
When we were on the train and he was trying to say fast, but it sounded like he was saying fuck. He's like, fuck.
So Bob Dylan,
Great.
like people lookalikes are in the show. Andy Warhol, because Olivia Wilde, like she's mostly become like a housewife, but she's kind of falling back into like being modeling and photography.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that 70s, 60s New York scene is playing into it. But yeah, they'll have, and I swear, if there can't be any music left from the 60s, 70s, because there's so much music in the show, like it's scattered through so many scenes. I'm just like, oh, what songs could possibly be left for this season? What are they going to do for season 2? Like, there's so much famous music in it. It's crazy. But it is amazing what they've managed to, like, how they've drawn out this idea.
Yeah.
So
cool.
And then it ends with like they sign a punk band and they do really well.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to watch it, asshole.
Yeah.
You told me Olivia Wilde's naked and I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's not really a plot point that would be like, of course something has to
What episode is she naked in?
I wasn't counting.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch them.
I'm gonna say like 6 or 7. That's like I felt how many hours had passed.
Okay, thank you.
They're all like an hour long.
Sure.
As per usual.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
Yep.
Cool. Zach?
He's calling Reggie. It's really cute.
What have you seen recently? I know what one of them is.
I've seen a lot of things since I've last been here, but in the last week, I sat down and watched The Thing by John Carpenter again.
Nice.
It's not my favorite John Carpenter film, obviously, but it's definitely one of the best films he ever made.
Oh yeah, it's definitely in
like,
his peak.
Yeah, I was amazed by some of the cinematography this time around watching it. Couldn't believe that they so the opening of the movie is a dog being hunted by the two Norwegian scientists, and they're hunting it down. And I'm just like, that's a dark way to open this movie. And then you go right to the ending, where it's just them sitting with each other, not knowing if one of them is the Thing. Yeah, like it's dark to dark. Like nothing. It doesn't. There's no peak of happiness.
There's no
whatsoever.
levity in the film.
There's
at all.
nothing. No. It doesn't let up. Like I'd forgotten about that. I also got into a John Waters kick, which is not uncommon for me. Wow. So I watched the original Hairspray, which is I forgot how dark that movie actually is and how it should not be for children.
I've met Ricky Lake. I don't know if you know this.
You have met Ricky Lake?
Oh, dude, you don't know about this?
Awesome.
Oh.
I shouldn't say it. Because,
really?
Well, because the thing is, you can get sued for like lying on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, great.
Anywho.
We'll tell you a really great story off the air.
Anywho, I loved it. I loved how they're like, it's so transgressive. Like it's like John Waters movies are like that.
Yeah.
They're not exploitative. I call it it's one step beyond that. Like into an extreme that no one goes to. Like
I can never get into John Waters. He's too goofy for me.
He's goofy, he's disgusting, he's abhorrent, and it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely the way he goes a step too far, the way Warhol never would. And on that note, I also watched Crybaby, which is my personal favorite of John Waters' films. I love Johnny Depp in it. I love the atmosphere in the 50s setting, and I like the opening shots are incredible. The way it's like all synced up, where they're getting their
Touch Brad. Yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
Touch me, I'll cut it off.
Whoa, shit. Oh, man.
And then the last thing that I watched this week was the 60s CNN series. There's a lot of stuff about the 60s I did not know.
Really?
It's pretty much it. I'm sorry I'm not as descriptive as I normally am today. Oh, wait a minute. I did watch one other thing. So, I decided to sit down and watch Escape from New York again on Shout Factory. And I went through all the Shout Factory stuff.
Scream Factory?
Scream Factory. Well,
it's the same company.
Is it Scream Factory?
It is.
So,
but they're the same. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let him push you around.
And that movie's great, but it led me into watching Escape from LA. And we talked about it in '96 at some point. Like I gave it props for being what it is. I don't know if I can still say that with a straight face.
I was so afraid you were going to be like...
It is such a goofy fucking movie.
I was terrified right there that you were going to be like, it's so good, guys. Like, it's the best John Carpenter movie. Like, I know The Thing is cool, but have you seen L.A.?
Okay, like, here's an example of, like, okay, the one thing I love about Escape from New York is that in that movie, Snake is so cool, he doesn't need to prove that he's cool. He just is cool. In this second one, we need an entire scene where he goes, let's play a little Bangkok rules. Don't shoot until this hits the ground. Like, why do we need that scene? Like, we already know he's a badass.
The thing I think they did with that movie is because he became such a cult figure, and people have this idea of who he is, so it was kind of written into that movie.
That must be it,
because I think in Escape in New York, because I just recently watched it again, I'm pretty sure he has like 10 lines of dialogue.
Yeah. And most of them are in the scene where he's talking to Brain and Maggie about trying to figure out who the president is.
Yep.
You want to know what they did to Fresno Bob? I love the answer. Have you ever heard the answer for what happened to Fresno Bob?
Huh.
Okay, so it's on Robert Rodriguez's Director Talk series on the El Rey Network. And in the interview, he asks what happened to Fresno Bob to John Carpenter, and he says he was gang raped in a prison.
I do like John Carpenter, though. I love his enthusiasm for film.
Yeah, he's damn good. Anyway, that's
what did you think about Jungle Book?
Oh, Jungle Book! I did watch that.
I really just want to talk about Jungle Book some more. So,
okay, so I have a very specific vision of Jungle Book that I was expecting that I didn't get, but what I got was still fine. Bill Murray is no Phil Harris, but no one is Phil Harris, so I kind of learned to deal with that. Same way that Ben Kingsley is not Sebastian Cabot. It's a completely different thing. I had to get that out of the way.
Sure.
But it confused me in the beginning because they used the same musical score
that
from the
opening
beginning of the movie,
so
which
good.
I loved. I absolutely loved and adored that he created that homage to it, and then the way the movie kicks in with that chase sequence with Mowgli running through the woods, I thought it was just a great way to introduce a character and get us right off on the right track.
Yeah.
That CGI is an amazing feat. Like, it is absolutely incredible. Like, I could not believe that the kid did as well as he did in front of that green screen. But two, that those animals looked as realistic as they did.
If
Especially
you go to Disney.com, they have behind the scenes of that. And there's a really cool scene where Mowgli's being passed by the monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
And they, on Disney, they have like a sliding screen. And it's just dudes in green, like all green screen, dudes in green suits, just like flipping that kid all the way down. It's pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I would have just assumed that it was a CG Mowgli.
Yeah. It's really cool. If you go to Disney.com, they show you all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
And anyway, I thought the songs were in the right places.
I think so too.
Like it didn't feel forced. Even my sister says that when we watched it together, my sister says that I Want to Be Like You is forced in, and I'm like, no, it's not. He's scatting. He's just kind of getting into a groove. Like he's
Actually, trying to Easter egg I totally just got like 3 days ago when I was driving.
Oh, the cowbell.
The cowbell. Like, they called King Louis with more cowbell.
Oh. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Spencer Kane pointed that out to me, and I was just like, are you serious? Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I did not even realize.
For those of you not aware, Christopher Walken was famously did a sketch on SNL about more cowbell.
Yeah.
More cowbell. I think his reading too of "I Want to Be Like You" is really good.
Yeah, it is.
That because he went away from the King Louis in the cartoon where it's like "Who me do, I want to be like you." It's like really upbeat.
Yeah.
His is a little more menacing.
His is a lot more villainous because he's supposed to be that gangster. Like even the old Louis is supposed to be a gangster.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
I think people forget that Louis is a villain because I was telling them when we were reviewing it because kids our generation are used to Tailspin where he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fun King Louis." Not in the original Jungle Book. He's gonna kill Mowgli.
Yeah, but it's also because in the animated version, he's like, he's actually a villain, but at the same time, he's behaving like a cool cousin gangster, right? Like he's not. He's not, Robert De Niro in The Untouchables, where he's just all kinds of evil, and that's sort of what the Louis in this one is, where he's really more menacing.
But I think I just Elba Shere Khan. I love it.
Oh, it's so
he is. I think he's scary.
Yeah,
he was. What's the? It's the moment where he's talking to all the little cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then he just puts his paw in front of the one cub.
Yeah, just moves a little, just to stop him, just for a second.
Oh god!
And it's all he has to do. All he has to do.
Oh, and I didn't mind the ending, but at the same time,
it's the thing.
I don't know how you do that original ending because of the way that the animals are set up.
Yes.
So this ending made sense.
I agree. Yeah.
And
it'll be great when they show that scene in the sequel.
Yeah.
So, anyway, cool. So I'm one episode away from the end of Hannibal. So last week I said I would finish it this week, but I'll talk about it next week.
My schedule.
Yeah, I'll talk about it next week. I watched the first episode of The Night Manager, which is the BBC show that then they brought over to the AMC. It's a miniseries starring Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie and the woman from Man from U.N.C.L.E., but not Alicia Vikander, but the evil woman. And basically, it tells the story of apparently Hugh Laurie has owned the rights to this for years and really wanted to make it. And by the time anyone was willing to spend money making this show, he was really disappointed to be too old to play the main character. So Hugh Laurie plays this bad guy, and Tom Hiddleston is the night manager of a hotel in Egypt during the uprising a few years ago. So they've updated the story some because the book is some years old. And while this uprising is happening, basically he sort of gets in this first episode, he gets wind of this sort of conspiracy that's happening. he kind of starts this relationship with this woman who's staying in the hotel, and she's staying with this sort of local villain whose family sort of runs the whole town, and he beats her up at one point, and so he wants to protect her. And as he's sort of dealing with her and trying to figure out how he can save her, he's getting this information about, you know, some like weapons trades that are going on, and he hands that information over to the British intelligence agency, and sort of gets a relationship with them and kind of becomes like a lead for them. You know, he's not really a spy, but he's giving them information. Which causes some problems because then he wants to leverage that to help get this woman out of the country. And some things go poorly, and Hugh Laurie is playing this guy who's sort of a Bill Gates level, like really rich guy that everybody in the world knows and everybody thinks is this amazing philanthropist. But he starts to get wind that, like, okay, clearly this guy is involved in some of this weapons trading and is actually a really bad dude. And the cool thing about this movie, or about the show, like the moment that it hooked me is that there's this like Agatha Christie sort of moment when, you know, you've got this character and this character is sort of on the phone. This villain is on the phone and is underestimating the night manager because doesn't think he really knows anything about the situation. Doesn't think that he speaks Arabic, and we've learned earlier that he's like learning how to speak Arabic from the cooks, right? So it's this really cool sort of espionage moment of like, oh, like this guy thinks this, and Tom Hiddleston's just like standing there like nothing major's going on, but you can tell like he knows exactly what the guy's saying and is picking up this information and he's piecing this stuff together. And so even though he's just a guy who runs a hotel at night, he's trying to, you know, sort of be this spy. First episode's really cool. I'm really excited about the show. It's only 6 episodes long, or 7. So I'll probably finish it this week and talk about.
Fun is to go on YouTube and search Tom Hiddleston impressions. Oh, it's awesome.
He's so good.
Have you seen his Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. His Owen Wilson's probably his best one, but his Chris Evans is really cool.
His Owen Wilson. Oh wow. Yeah, it's so good. Anyway,
dude,
so
dreamy. Man,
he's a yeah. It's a really fantastic show. So definitely worth checking out. And then the other thing that I want to talk about was, I guess there's 2 more things. So I got a chance to see Dracula Origins. Thank
Dracula
you for
Untold.
Dracula Untold, whatever. I literally wrote it down as Dracula Origins. And I watched this movie this week, and when I finished it, I was like, that wasn't so bad. That was kind of fun. It's been 5 days. I don't remember what happened in this movie.
but the funny thing is, like I told you, it's not a mess.
No, it's not.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, so
It's
basically,
just there.
Yeah, like Vlad the Impaler is this guy, and he's the king of this little country, and his wife, who's the real pretty lady from 11/22/63, they've got a kid, and like the dude who runs the whole region, the Sultan. Like his dude comes to visit Vlad and is like, I need you to give me 1,000 boys for my army, and he's got that accent too. I need you to give me 1,000 boys, and he doesn't want to do it because he's like, well, I have to take care of my country. And then he goes to the Sultan because he and the Sultan are friends. He's like, don't do this. And the Sultan's like, well, you're going to give me 1,001 boys, and the one boy's going to be your son. And he's like, I'm not going to do that's horrible.
It's exactly how the dialogue works.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. And so he takes out his sword and he fights some of the Sultan's dudes. And he's like, oh man, what have I done? Like, I've started this war. This is terrible. So he runs up into the mountains because he knows that there's this because he knows there's a monster in the mountains, because there's a scene earlier where he's up there and it kills some Turks or whatever. So there's this monster in the caves that kills Turks, and he goes in there.
Dude from Last Action Hero?
Yeah, it's the bad guy from Last Action Hero.
Charles Dance,
but with a whole lot of like old people makeup on him. Yeah.
Not the Ripper.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And so he goes up there, and there's the vampire in the cave. And the vampire's like, you don't smell like fear, you smell like hope. So I'm gonna make you into a vampire. And there's all these weird rules of like, okay, you're gonna be a vampire for 3 days, and you're really gonna want to drink human blood. If you do, then you'll become a vampire forever. If you cannot drink blood for 3 days, you'll you'll turn back into a human, right? But you'll get all these crazy magic powers where you can turn into a bat and you can like just kill people really easily, and like you'll be basically a one-man army for 3 days.
Shitting on the Dracula myth.
Sure, but it's fun. Just play along for a minute.
I've seen the movie in the theater.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Good.
To these powers, stay away from sunlight though.
Yeah. So here's my problem with the character is that what's he do? He goes and hangs around with his family and has sex with his wife, and like of course at that time he's like, oh man, I really want to bite you, and I'm like, 3 days, I'm gonna go fight my war, and then when I'm not fighting and killing people, I'm gonna put myself in a box.
Take your mind off of stuff.
I'm just saying.
Because what happens when his wife dies?
Well, okay,
spoilers.
His wife dies because he like keeps her around too much. Like, but then he should have taken her and been like, you gotta go to your mother-in-law's house.
I actually think the ending's badass because she's like, drink from me and become immortal.
Yeah,
and then he comes in and just like kills everybody. I'm like,
it's like the setup for a cool backstory.
They're gonna do like the connected thing because even at the end, Charles Dance's character shows up again, and it's like,
so all of a sudden, that's the thing. The end of the movie sets up for a cool movie I want to see, where like
Tom Cruise,
this Dracula is in the modern day, and he's got this backstory, and then the lady from 11/22/63 shows back up at the end, and she's like, her hair's cut short, and she buys things at a farmer's market now, and then Charles Dance shows up and is like, now the fun begins. Because he said something early on of like, someday I'm going to come find you and you're going to do me a favor, which never shows up in the movie because that's going to be in the sequel. It's a real mess. And genuine, like when we started this conversation, I didn't remember all those things.
I still think it's a fun movie though. I think it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's fun.
I would have loved to see the universe that they would have built off of it.
Yeah, me too.
Because now I got a Tom Cruise movie.
But that sounds better.
Yeah. Or he's going to be running from like the mummy.
Oh man, I want him to run away from things.
What if he fights the mummy and the mummy goes to punch him and he grabs a bandage and he just runs down a hall and he starts unwinding the mummy? I'd pay to see that.
And then he runs into a door on one side of the hallway and pops out the other side of the hallway. Oh,
and as he gets to the end, he just takes off the mask.
I was the old man in the barn the whole time. And then the very last thing I saw was I got a chance to go see Green Room.
Oh, cool.
Which is the movie from the guy who directed Blue Ruin, which we saw 2 years ago. Sort of similar kind of style of a film. Basically, it tells the story. It's set in the modern day, which is important for some of the elements I'm about to tell you. So it's a punk rock band, and they're driving around, and because it's the modern day, they can't ever get a gig anywhere, so they don't have any money, and they're like siphoning gas from cars that they drive by. And so they go to this guy, and the next gig they were going to play has fallen apart, and he's like, well, look, I got this cousin, he lives in like the next town over, you can go play at his place, I'll call ahead and he'll let you play, and you'll make like $350 and you'll be good, right? So they go over there, and it's like this neo-Nazi bar that's run by Patrick Stewart, and the head of the neo-Nazis. And so they play their gig, but so, man, if you can see this movie at the Alamo, you totally should, and make sure you get there 30 minutes early, because the pre-show taught me things about punk rock and played some music that I'd never heard before that was really important to understanding some homages that are in the film. So it was really cool. So they play a few songs and they piss off the crowd, and then there's some moshing that happens. And when they're done with the show and they're going to leave, one of them forgets their phone, and they run back in to get the phone, and in the green room, someone has been murdered. And now he's seen it, so now the neo-Nazis grab up the whole band and put him in this room and lock him in the room. And then it's just a pressure cooker of a movie from then on, right? And this is what I've told you is the first 15, 18 minutes of the movie, right? That all happens really quick, and then now we're locked in this room. And you got neo-Nazis outside that want to kill you, and the kids are inside, and they're just trying to figure out how to survive. And it's an absolutely brutal film. Was tougher to watch than I would even say The Revenant was for me. It uses gore in really effective ways. You'll see things that you're like, oh shit, that's real. Unfortunately, that actor I really like no longer has a fucking arm, because I just watched horrible things happen to him. But what's really great about it is that where it is sort of a, like, it's not a torture porn movie, and it's not like a regular horror revenge film, because it's a really well written script that's really well directed, and he does a great job of showing you certain things, like showing you little pieces of gore, and sort of doing it casually at first.
The old Spielberg trick.
And then not showing it to you after that, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, once he shows you little pieces of things, like, okay, you see a person get mauled by a dog, and you see them get mauled by a dog, and you're like, oh god, I never want to be around a dog again. And then when there are dogs in the scene again, you don't see anything. You're just terrified of dogs. And so it's that kind of stuff that's just so effective here. And I think that the way that the script is written and the characters that he gives you are really interesting. I want to watch the movie again because I think there's more going on, and I think there's something more to take away from this than just like, hey, here's a fun in quotes, like brutal horror film. Because I even hesitate to call it horror. It's just tough to watch. It is really good if you watch the trailer and you're like, yeah, I want to go see something that's tense and gory and pretty suspenseful. Yeah, it's totally a thriller. Yeah, because anytime you've got that locked room kind of a story, but man, I think that's the other thing, is that when there's gore, it is very casual. It's like you'll just start seeing something, and you're like, wait. This isn't. It's not chopped up or cut, or like it doesn't feel like gore in a normal horror movie, and it's almost not even shocking. It's just like, oh, well, now this is true, or now this is happening. Which is kind of the way, I mean, you remember Blue Ruin. That's the way that, like, there was some gore in Blue Ruin where you're like, oh, shit.
I'm like, when I saw it at the time, I was like, it's okay. But now I feel like I have to see it again because maybe I missed something in it.
Yeah. Well, and that movie is much quieter and slower, whereas this is not. This is a really well-paced film with a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
Lousy wife had to go on vacation this week.
You should definitely get a chance to, like,
maybe try to find it when she goes to sleep.
Yeah, or take her. She'll really like it.
Do I have to tell you the Rod Stewart t-shirt story again?
Yeah.
So a lot of the plot is when the kids go back to get the phone, like, they lock themselves in the room, or the Nazis keep them there until they figure out what they want to do with them.
Sorry, so the like when he pops his head into the room to get the phone that they left, in the room is the dead body and some neo-Nazis, and it's the green room of the place. So it's not like it's not like they're already out the door. They're just in the hallway, right? So once he pops his head in, then the neo-Nazis around the place just corral them back into the room, and now here they are stuck in this room with a couple neo-Nazis and a dead body. And
like trying to convince them to keep quiet, or what are they trying to decide amongst themselves? Like, should we just kill these guys too?
You should see the movie.
Okay.
You have hit the nail on that question. Is the nail on the head? Okay. Especially for the first act, right? Is like, okay, are we going to survive this? Which, I mean, if you've seen the trailer, like things are gonna go bad, but it doesn't go bad the way you expect it to necessarily. Like maybe. Even having seen the movie, maybe there's a chance that things wouldn't have gone this way. Or maybe I'm just saying that so that there's some question in your mind when you see the movie so that you enjoy the movie. But either way...
Screw you, then.
That is a part of the tension, is sort of that question of, okay, are we waiting here for the cops? Or are we waiting here while they clean up the crime scene so we can go? Like, what are we waiting for? So
it just seems like the neo-Nazis are so bad. I fully expect them to, once they
put them in ovens.
What?
Yes, put them in ovens. God. Yeah. You're right.
They're just kill them right away.
So here's the thing:
they killed one guy.
Everybody's who said it was a guy. Everybody's talking about Patrick Stewart in the movie, and he is fantastic. But he's not fantastic in I think people are expecting that he's like, oh man, you want to see Patrick Stewart chew scenery? Like, it's not that at all. It's still Patrick Stewart, and he's not terribly racist.
Is he hanging from a ceiling and he drops on somebody? Because that'd be
awesome. No. He's never yelling about whales or smashing up his little ships.
No!
Yeah. he the chilling, scary thing about him and why he's so good in the movie is actually because he seems very real. He plays the role as a guy who has this problem on his hands of now there's a dead body and some people who know about it, and he's just trying to figure out how to solve it so he can get back to what he wants to do, which is, help the white race to succeed over other races. But that's not a big deal. Like, he just wants, wants to make some money selling dope to white kids or whatever. He wants to protect them from the black dope.
His first plan was like, okay, I gotta buy a bar, run the bar, hire bands.
Yeah.
Step 2, keep down.
He's not the guy. He's not the guy. Actually, the guy from Blue Ruin is the guy who runs the bar. He's the guy who runs the neo-Nazis, right? So they go get him when shit goes bad, right? So he comes in, and then he's just this calm-headed, like, this is how we're going to solve the problem, and I just want to get this done right so that I can go back to my job.
Step 1, partner with the guy who runs the bar. Step 2, oppress the blacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't let them in. Yeah, so anyway, I think it's really good.
Step 1, partner with the guy who runs the bar. Step 2, put a sign on the door that says no black people allowed. Step 3, white supremacy.
Profit. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, but that's it. That's how.
Just my part.
That's how. Just.
Oh, I've been doing Klan rallies for years. It's way easier. Burning stuff, like wearing cloaks. Come on.
Right.
Just buy a bar. Like, we're going to go to the bar.
Bartender sounds better than Grand Wizard.
Oh, shit.
Booze, being shit-faced.
And that's why racism is stupid.
Oh, anyway, Patrick Stewart's really good. You should check out Green Room.
What's coming out on Blu-ray?
Ignition sequence start.
Whoa, DVDs.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Do you remember The Fifth Wave?
Yeah, it came out in January.
I don't remember. Like, I thought that this movie came out forever ago.
I like The Fourth Wave better.
That's the movie where Chloe Moretz. Chloe Moretz is like. Chloe Moretz is in a city at aliens or something, and who knows? Do they have lightning guns or something? I don't know.
Remember.
Whatever. It was a weird thing.
I saw it. So when movies like that come out, my barometer is my niece. My niece Taylor reads all those books.
Yeah.
And she told me the book was stupid, so then I won't watch it.
She says that about all those books.
No.
Except for Hunger Games.
She likes Hunger Games, Harry Potter, The Maze Runner she liked.
Oh, okay.
She didn't like Allegiant or what you like.
Yeah, that one was good. The Maze Runner 3, the death of the Maze Runner is postponed because that guy hurt himself.
That kid got totally messed up.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Joy.
I like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, she's good. Independence Day is getting a re-release.
The greatest director in the last 10 years.
Wow, I can't even believe you actually said that.
Mm-hmm. He's so great, and his scripts are so witty. The way he gets performances out of actors is second to none.
I really like how he shits all over the talent that he gets to work with him.
I don't know. He's got Bradley Cooper to work with him and Jennifer Lawrence for 4 straight movies.
Clearly, they haven't watched the movies that he's made with them. Yeah, Independence Day is getting a cool Blu-ray re-release.
The Welcome to Earth edition.
God damn.
Snap, 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 snap on a roll.
I'm feeling it this week.
Clint Eastwood's True Crime gets a Blu-ray release. So
Not a bad film.
There you go.
But most certainly not the best film in Clint's oeuvre.
Is it better or worse than Clint Eastwood's City Heat?
Better.
Okay.
City Heat. Oh, God.
Well,
City Heat's a travesty of a film.
Well, that's too bad, because for $9.99 you can get it on Amazon this week.
And I wouldn't pay a penny.
Yeah, well, how do you know it's a bad film? It has only 2 stars on Amazon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay a penny for that movie again, and I own the movie. So,
Ryan, have you ever heard of the show Airwolf?
Nope.
There's 79 episodes of this show.
Good for them.
It basically looks...
Brad's nodding his head. Brad's heard of it?
You know about Airwolf?
I've never watched it, but I mean, there's even an NES.
Hey, we do an audio podcast.
There is an NES game of Airwolf.
Yeah, there's an NES game of it. I haven't seen the show, but like it was one of those, like, I don't know, during the time of the A-Team and stuff, right?
Yo, totally.
New kind of weapon.
The main guy's...
New kind of hero.
The main guy has MacGyver's haircut.
And the bad guy has an eye patch.
No, it's one of those cool pairs of glasses where one glass is black and the other one... So it's like a modern eye patch. It's very cool.
Earwolf Podcast Network is a pun on Airwolf.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
It looks like it's like Knight Rider, but with a helicopter, which actually
the
seems less
helicopter's
practical.
Airwolf.
Yeah.
Oh, the helicopter's Airwolf?
I think so.
Or they're the
team. The helicopter's getting top billing on the box art.
That is true. That's true. The cover is the helicopter, and then like some little, hey, here's some pictures of some dudes.
There's formula on the bottom.
No, it's shit. What is that guy? Man. Oh yeah, no, it is Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, I told you.
Man.
Doppler effect.
Wow. All right. Okay.
Too sexy for this shirt. Basketball, anybody? Is this on? Hello?
Yep.
Cooper, now that we're alone.
Nicholas Sparks has a new Blu-ray called The Choice. That sounds like all his movies.
Yeah.
Top Gun's getting... This is a steelbook, right? Yeah. Top Gun's getting a steelbook edition.
I know, it's badass. It's Tom Cruise in front of a American flag. If I didn't have the metal pack one, I would totally get that.
I think it's funny that it's the 13th anniversary edition.
I think it's the 30th.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm dyslexic today.
It's called Reading Top to Bottom, Left to Right. A group of words together is a sentence.
Easy Rider gets a Criterion edition.
Oh, that's a cool cover, too.
Yeah, it is really cool. I don't like it.
Too bad the movie sucks.
Yeah. My parents had me watch that once, and they forget about the fact that there's like a 35-minute long, like, druggy sex orgy in the middle of that movie.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
The greatest cover art so far this year.
Ted versus the Flash, the Ultimate Collection.
Versus Flash Gordon.
Yeah, whatever.
As Ted is being the merciless on it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's Ted 2, and Flash Gordon.
Yep.
This is so silly. When you told me about that a couple weeks ago, I was like, really?
Hey, how can we double dip?
It looks really good, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Someone spent a lot of time making that box
Get our
art.
double dip department on this.
What are you talking about?
We can't move these Flash Gordon DVDs.
You know, when I watched Electric Boogaloo, the story of Canon films, all I wanted to watch was Charles Bronson movies. Like the bad ones.
Yeah.
Where they're like, he didn't even like doing them, but then he's just shooting drug dealers with huge guns. I'm like, that's awesome.
All right, so
I've seen the trailer.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this week we also have the release of the Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre. That's like Arkansas, but with sharks.
See, that'd be perfect
and
for
a
your shit
women's
show
prison.
reviews.
It would. Man, I haven't watched a bad shark movie in so long.
You should watch the trailer. They also it's a Scream Factory release, so you can go on screamfactory.com and see the trailer and a bunch of like clips from the movie.
This is a Scream Factory release?
I don't know if there's Scream Factory puts out horror films that they buy, obviously.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any special features though.
I'm just saying, like, this is terrible.
No, what are you talking about? That's just some like Discovery Channel great white shark that they photoshopped onto box.
And to make it even worse, like, this isn't like the best shark ever. Look how he's missing a tooth. Like, this is the least dangerous of the sharks.
The trailer is this woman is like, I don't know what she's doing in the swamp. It looks like she's going to take a bath. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Probably.
But then they have a shark with the
most of these
CGI like dorsal fin coming, and it doesn't make sense because they also do a POV of the shark, you know, because everyone rips off Jaws.
Yeah.
And so there's a POV, and the water is maybe like 2 feet deep, but the shark is huge. I mean, what the hell is? They didn't even try it.
I have to read this. I'm so excited. When a fracking environmental accident... I can't even get through the sentence. When a fracking environmental accident rips apart the Earth's crust...
Wait, is that what it does?
Shit. The resulting hole lets out prehistoric sharks from underground.
Like you do.
That's like piranha.
The sharks target a group of women and trap them in a cabin. Nothing to do with a prison. Nothing to do with a women's prison.
In a cabin. Couldn't that be your prison?
I'm just saying, if you name
Wordplay,
it
James. Wordplay.
Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre, I think you're
Also,
going to have...
Sharkensaw isn't a real word, so I don't think they really care about the prison.
I'm just saying, if you name the title that, or the movie that, I expect you're going to have a women's
the
prison...
sharks come through, like, the water filtration system?
Yes.
Oh,
you have a
snap.
women's prison where then, like,
Wait,
they're
the women's
on...
prison is underwater, like,
No,
deep
no, no.
underwater.
So, like, you have a fracking accident...
Resident Evil.
And
Yes.
so the building is the same, but like the foundation breaks through,
Oh, it
and so
falls-
it falls through into a sinkhole.
shit.
And so there's sharks, and then it floods somehow, and now there's sharks swimming around in the women's prison.
And they have to climb to the top of the gun tower.
Yes.
And the water slowly rising.
Because now you not only have to escape prison, like in a normal prison movie, but you have to escape the sharks in prison.
Sweet. And
Gold.
then how they get out at the end is so the water's at the very top and there's a barbed wire fence. And then the lady's like, I'm going for it. She runs across the shark's backs like Frogger and just jumps over the top.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
Scream Factory, just call me.
Seriously.
The prison floor collapsed because they let the budget cuts get to be too much.
Yes! And the
Yeah.
warden's greedy.
Yeah.
It's basically Orange is the New Black, only with sharks.
Or lockup.
There has to be a scene where the warden is in his office counting money because all the money he saved through cheap floors, and then his door just bursts open with a bunch of sharks.
With water and sharks.
Yeah,
Yes.
waters and sharks rushing in.
There's nothing that'll ruin my perfect day.
Yeah. And he has to have a big cowboy gallon hat.
And there's a mad scientist who's been experimenting on the women in the prison, and he's got sharks and stuff, and he's got mad science shit going on too. So he ends up kidnapping a shark, and then trying to figure out how to
Crossbreeding the shark with women.
and then he makes a shark woman.
Shark prison woman hybrid.
Yes.
Oh, shark prison women hybrid.
Yes, because they're the ultimate killing machines because they're so smart.
And the women's
and they're sharks.
The only women that he experiments on is serial killer women. So he
Yes.
gets the sharks mixed with the serial killers.
It's like Charlize Theron's Monster, but with a shark for a head.
Yes.
One of them is the friend of another woman, like the main woman prisoner. Like we're following her story, and then they take her friend and they Blanca in Street Fighter experiment on her, and then she comes back later and she has to kill her, and
So
she
she's-
doesn't want to do it, but she has to.
She's fighting through the sharks and stuff through the prison to get to it because she knows I gotta get to the lab to save my friend. And when she gets there, her friend stands up and has a fin, and you're like, oh no! And then she turns around and she's like a street shark.
Yeah,
she's just the head of a shark sewn onto a woman's
But
body.
here's the thing, guys: is all the other sharks are like tiger sharks, thresher sharks, but she's the great white.
Yes. 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 And she can still talk, so she opens her mouth and she's like, Barbara! Why did you come for me, Barbara? Yeah.
You don't have to do this. I do. I hunt.
Yes. Oh. And she was like an Olympic swimmer before she murdered and went sent to jail.
Yep.
So she's a really effective
No,
shark.
no, the hero can't be a murderer. She has to be framed for the murder.
No, I mean the great white shark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The hero's got to be afraid of water.
And
The hero
framed.
can't swim.
Oh, you know what it could be? Is she comes home and her kids are drowned in the bathtub, and so she's afraid of water, and she gets framed for her
Her
death.
husband did it.
Her
but
husband did it.
She gets blamed.
She gets blamed for it. And her
And when
husband is the lab assistant? Oh, man.
And when she's in jail, she starts doing all the taxes and the finances for the prison, so she knows that all of the ground money has gone, all the money to keep the foundation of the building
we
up,
just
right? And then so
wrote
she
the
has
next
to
sci-fi
she has to
asylum
sneak
picture.
out. She has to sneak out through the sewage system.
With sharks following her.
Yes, with sharks. Yeah, tiny little sharks, piranhas.
Does anybody here have Roger Corman's phone number?
Seriously.
Our hero crawled through a river of sharks.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Life isn't a minnow's tail.
The last shot, she's just standing up with her arms in the air and there's rain falling down. She's escaped the prison.
This is all so much better than just women in a cabin in a swamp. Sheesh.
Copyright Real Nerds Podcast.
Seriously. All right. Well, that's DVDs this week.
This week we went and saw Keanu. James, should people see Keanu?
Yeah, Keanu's pretty funny. If you see the trailer and you're like, yeah, I want to see a Key and Peele movie where they really like a cat named Keanu, then yeah, that's exactly what this movie is. I thought it was pretty funny. It's got some, there's some times when the pacing's not as good and jokes that aren't as funny as others, but yeah, I had a good time,
Zach?
This is the funniest movie I've seen this year.
Have you seen Winter's Tale? Or
Huntsman 2, Electric Boogaloo?
No, I haven't seen Huntsman.
Well, then you haven't seen the funniest movie of the year.
Huntsman 2, Amazing Huntsman 2. No, I haven't seen that yet. No, Keanu was a hell of a lot of fun, and I furthermore think that Key and Peele need to be doing more movies.
Yeah.
I want to see them do more movies. Not a Keanu 2 or anything. I want to see more of them teaming up for movies.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm actually with James in this one. I thought the movie was funny, but I thought it had pacing problems.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes went on too long, but I mean, overall, I think it's fun.
I think it's fair to say if you like Key and Peele, you'll like it, because Key and Peele as a show, I think, is similarly
I agree.
Hit or miss.
I've only
sometimes.
seen a couple of them.
Yeah, and I really like Key and Peele, but I mean, their first skit is a skit that I'm like, okay, after about 2 minutes of this, I'm like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
Let's move along. And the movie does some similar things from time to time, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah. So here's the trailer.
Hey, man. How are you? How you doing?
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Are you okay?
Daisy broke up with me.
Well, it's gonna be okay.
You're right, Clarence. I want you to meet Keanu.
No. Oh my God, that's the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life. Why's your door open?
Keanu.
Keanu! I'm sorry.
Oh, what's up, bro?
I'm here because my place got broken into. Has anyone shady come by here?
I mean, the 17th Street Blips.
The 17th Street Blips. Okay, where are they?
17th Street.
Let's just go check it out. What's the worst that can happen?
One beer, please.
I'll take a white wine spritzer.
Clarence.
Yeah. What?
You can't talk like that. Here.
Then we really are in trouble, because you sound like John Ritter all the time.
Well, I beg to differ, nigga.
Went straight to the N-word.
You niggas in the right place?
Yeah, we in the right place, nigga! Oh.
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Cheddar's got Keanu.
We in the market right now for like a gangster pet, so. The fuck?
I am not breaking the law. We just feed him some bullshit about New Jack City, and we get Keanu.
You ain't never seen nobody get killed before?
I seen people get killed before.
Oh, come on, man!
Keanu needs you. I need you.
Where are you?
Shit, what do you think my idea of fun was?
Why are you talking to me like that?
I talk like that sometimes.
Why you drive this weak-ass van? You want to never get pulled over again? You drive an inconspicuous family vehicle.
Ain't no thing.
You okay, Keanu? Keanu! Here, kitty! See what we got here.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, shit, niggas. This my shit right here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't even ask if you saw Keanu, because I know you didn't, motherfucker.
What I love about this film is that it is unapologetically apologetic to action movies.
Yeah.
In as much as that, we're now in spoiler territory.
Yeah.
At the end, they go to jail.
Yeah.
And I love that they go to jail, because nobody ever pays for their crimes in action movies.
I would 100% agree with you.
I absolutely love it. Like, fine. Oh, yeah, that's right. All that stuff I did.
But I would say that's probably the smartest moment of, that is the one time when the movie is really intelligent about what it is.
Yeah. I mean, the movie is, it's pretty much the premise is that, what's his name? Ralph?
Rel is depressed because his girlfriend broke up with him, and this cat that was a drug lord's cat that escaped a murder. The cutest little cat.
Yeah. Runs to his house, and so he's like, I can love again. And he takes pictures of the cat in movies set up, which is pretty funny.
It should have all been Keanu movies, though.
It should have been, yeah.
It should have just been him, like, here's the cat in The Devil's Advocate.
But you know what I noticed about him? They're all Warner Brothers movies.
Oh,
It's unclear if he even knows who Keanu is as a character, because he says, I think it means the rising wind.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, the movie's just really dorky. I mean, it's... The whole movie hinges on the ability of Key and Peele to play off of each other.
Yeah.
And I think they do it really well.
Yeah.
I think there's a really... The scene where they go out and see the Liam Neeson's movie. And
Substitute teacher?
I can't believe he wasn't in the film. But anyways, they're driving back and they're talking about... he's listening to George Michael, which was like the longest running joke in the film.
Yeah.
But then he's like, you gotta play this stuff. And it's like, fuck the police. And then the police pull up and he turns it way down and he waves at him. Man, look at him go crazy on him.
It's funny because I think you just sort of hit it on the head that my least favorite parts of this movie are actually the parts where they're not together, right? So like the first time...
I like the part when he's explaining who George Michael is to the gangsters. I think it's pretty funny.
So that's actually the exact scene I was going to, which is... that was the first time that I was like, oh, this has some pacing issues, because I felt like those two guys were in those two scenes separately forever, and it was really they were always entertaining.
Well, I didn't think the Anna Faris scene worked very well.
That's the only scene in the movie I was unclear as to why we needed it.
I don't think it works very well as a scene. I think that the Anna Faris joke is fantastic. When he looks at her and says, like, I loved you in House Bunny, and I realized it was actually supposed to be Anna Faris, I was like, oh, this is great. But then, like...
That's fine, but, like...
it goes on. It goes on too long.
And I think the part with them in the car is funny when he's trying to say how, George Michael is like a light black guy.
Yeah, he's light-skinned, yeah.
And then, it comes back when he's in... Yeah, it comes back. He's like, he probably even had a father figure.
Yeah.
I cannot comment on that, whether or not...
I mean, that stuff's really funny, and I think they play off each other really well. But, the pacing issues... Because you told me it was a short movie. It felt way longer than it actually was to me.
It's 100 minutes, yeah.
And, I mean, the movie's still fun, though. I didn't... I laughed at some parts. I don't think the guys are really funny.
Henry and I saw it together. We could not stop giggling. Like it was from point A to point Z, nonstop laughter.
The part I think I laughed the most at is I'll just have to do the setup. So he's talking to his wife, and you find out that his wife went away for the weekend. And her friend tried something on him. And then he goes upstairs, and he has that freak out with the drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's like, this is how it's going down, motherfucker. You're going to give us this cat if we don't play.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's great because I do love the dual roles of them, being nerds and then trying to be hardcore.
Shark Tank and Tectonic.
Yeah, Shark Tank. Tonic. Shark Tank.
And there are so many, like... There are a lot of nods to sketches that they've already done, like Liam Neeson, or I mean, the whole movie is sort of a combination between the joke about how if you have two black guys are on the street, like on the cell phone next to each other, they're going to talk differently than when they walk away and they're on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole thing of them switching back and forth between like, here's my thug voice, and he even does that on the phone with his wife at one point. Like that is already a sketch. And then the like Shark Tank is from another one of theirs where there's a guy named Shark Tank. So it's full of a lot of homages like that, but I think they're still funny, even though they're things I had seen before. They're still really funny in the movie.
I feel like it's a good entry point for those who don't know what the Key and Peele show was.
Well, yes, I mean, I've seen obviously I've seen the Liam Neeson's joke all the time, and I've only seen a few sketches, but I mean, it was pretty funny. The part where they said, "I heard you did a backflip," and you shoot him and he runs and does a backflip. Just like dorky things like that, I think are really clever.
That was a good moment.
How much he cares about that cat, and I actually laughed pretty hard when the cat was hanging on the hood when he like shot out. And I think I was like, meow.
It's the cat slow-mo shot. For his action scene because Luis Guzman is in the movie and and the cat just goes up and just starts hitting on Luis Guzman's face.
Yeah, and Keanu Reeves does voice the cat at one point.
Yeah, at one point, honestly, that was out of everything in the movie, I thought that was the dumbest.
Oh yeah, the whole drug
I was just kind of
sequence.
like, oh, he's just kind of there.
I mean, I thought it was funny though when he was trying to do the dances with George Michael.
Yeah.
You know, when he's talking to him and he says, "Oh, I can't do the turn. I can't do the turn." He does the turn right on time. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always usually have issues with movies when they hallucinate because they do drugs.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to elicit a laugh, and I don't think it's that funny.
Well, I mean, I would say it can be good if it's like 21 Jump Street is fantastic.
Yeah.
But there's another layer. There's another layer there. And here it's just like you go into the sequence and okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Here's George Michael, but we're still there with George Michael.
Yeah.
Right? Like it doesn't progress or grow or change or anything.
Yeah, that's
like
what I mean.
that.
Like, that's where the pacing issues bothered me in the film.
Yeah.
Because once it starts going, it's going, and you think they have this obviously this issue with each other. And then he smokes, holy shit, and then he comes out of whatever trip is, and they're fine again. And so there's some weird things. And again, it's nothing with the performers. I thought they were really funny.
Yeah.
I thought all the co-stars were game. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the problems with this movie is that you can't quote most of the lines because they all have the N-word in them.
Yep.
It's frustrating. I got in the car and I was like, I can't say any of the funny things that I heard because I'm white. This is racist. Man.
Yep.
What a...
So, yeah, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there's worse ways you can spend your afternoon.
Absolutely.
It's one of the most fun some of the most fun I've had
So,
in movies this year.
Why do you think it worked so well for you?
I like wacky off the wall. Like,
Sure.
just not giving a shit about plot sometimes, not giving a shit about structure, and just kind of like going with the flow.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, what am I seeing? This is what I get. For me, it's Key and Peele's dynamic. I think that's what makes it such a strong film. And the more I think about it, the more I realize I haven't seen a movie with a good team up since 21 Jump Street. There hasn't been a film like with a good comedy team that's come out in a while. So
I think that like the scene when they are going to get tortured by the what are they? Allentown.
Yeah, the Allentown.
Who is also Key and Peele, right? So you've got the scene with 4 of them in it. And that whole sequence and them like freaking out and shooting the guys and like
actually I think the part where he's talking about is like I can get you on to go see a Congress committee. He's like going on. He's like I think I know it's John Kerry. Oh my god, I think it's working.
Yeah, like
they're like
their
pulling
chemistry.
out the different knives and he's just like, oh my god, what kind is that?
Yeah, their whole chemistry there is just fantastic.
When they shoot those guys, it's like 1, 2, and he just blows them away and empties his clip. It's like, I thought we were going on 3. And then they pop back up and he wastes them too.
But I love the running joke of like, oh man, we just killed those guys. No, you killed them. Yes,
in the legal sense.
Yeah.
You hit on why I like this film because it is about 2 idiots, and I'm attracted to films about idiots. So naturally, I was going to be attracted to this kind of film. But that moment where they just straight up kill those 2, the Allentown boys, I was just like, oh god, they committed murder.
Yeah,
they're going to prison at the end of this, aren't they?
There's always like stupid jokes that I laugh at that nobody else does in the theater. Where at the end of the movie, Keanu is talking to him. And his girlfriend goes, I got bad news. He's going to be a kitten forever. I think that's really funny. And that's what I in the theater.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Did you guys stay for the after credit scene?
I did. It doesn't matter.
The Allentown boys stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Next week, we're seeing Civil War, Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, that's not what it's called.
What?
It's not called Civil War Spider-Man.
I don't know what you've been reading, but...
I've been reading the title. I've been reading the posters.
No,
Iron Man Civil War.
No, it's totally a Captain America movie.
Thank you.
When you watch the trailers, I'm like, oh, this is a Cap movie.
Don't take this from me.
No, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is.
You know when I love when I know Rotten Tomatoes doesn't matter, but I love when I know a movie I'm gonna love. I know I'm gonna love it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And everybody else loves it. Like,
yeah. As the buzz is starting to come out, and I'm like, oh, good. Like people are coming out of like when the last Avengers came out, and you got this mixed reviews of like, okay, well this stuff is good, and this isn't. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Like this is gonna be sort of what I expected. Like, all right, it's an Avengers film. There's going to be some fun stuff. It's probably a little bit of a mess because there's too much shit in it. But whatever, it'll be cool. And that's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, like, you're not hearing a lot of that
Spider-Man's
at all. Yeah. Spider-Man's in it. Did you know that Marvel has full creative control over the new film?
What?
The internet just found out this week.
I know. Because it had an interview with Kevin Feige, and it's like, Kevin Feige talks about Spider-Man. I clicked on it. It's like, yeah, we're making the decisions. Wait, is this news?
No! We've all known. Because if you're Marvel and you have this huge franchise that's doing so well with so much money on the line, are you going to take Fox's character and put him in your movie and possibly tie yours to some shitty sequel that they're going to make? Like, no. You're not going to do that unless you have control over the movie.
Kellen, are you excited to see Captain America?
Say yes. Say yes. Say, I love Captain America. Man, when did you get shy?
I know. He actually started doing that when he... Say, Captain America! Good job, buddy.
I thought it was Captain Crunch for a second.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, when he is in rooms now with people doesn't know and I hold him, he like rubs my back because he's nervous. It's really cute.
Aww. You learned how to be self-conscious. That'll haunt you the rest of your life.
Well,
cool.
Until next week, I'm Team Iron Man.
And I'm Team Cap.
I'm Team Samuel L. Jackson.
Like, Cap is right.
Well, then you are Team Iron Man.
Yeah, you are.
I know. I was reading. I read Civil War the comic again this week.
Oh yeah,
it's really good.
I wonder if I should. Maybe I should borrow that. Because I don't own a copy of it. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. You can email us even, realnerds@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Hey, stream us on Stitcher. You want to call us? 720-6nerds5. And download us on iTunes. Just search Real Nerds. Thank you, Joe Kempter, for the wonderful voiceover. And also Spark Mandrill for the wonderful late-night jazz smooth sounds of movies. You can find him on SoundCloud. This has been a Nebulous Visions production.